Hi, I'm Zach, and this is Challenge of Vedic Astrology and Tarot. Welcome to the channel. So, today we're talking about the 8th Planetary House Lord through houses. And if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out me in the channel. To be notified whenever I release a new video, be sure to hit the bell icon and select all. And if you'd like a Vedic Sidereal birth chart, a personal tarot reading, or an astrology consultation, the links to those will be in the description box in the comments below. And if you'd like to donate to help support the channel, the links to those will be in the description box as well. Alright, so first off, when we look at these lords through houses, we have to read this from the ascendant of the birth chart. That will show from your birth until your early to mid 30s. And then you also want to look from the ascendant of the D9 Navamsa chart. That'll show your later life from your early to mid 30s until the end of your life. And then you want to look from the moon chart in the birth chart, making the moon the ascendant. You don't do this in the Navamsa though. In the Navamsa it doesn't work. But in the birth chart, making moon the ascendant. Because moon is your mind and emotions. It shows how you think and feel about your reality. So that's very important to look at as well. Now, today we're talking about the 8th house. So, 8th house is your in-laws. It's joint finances and relationships and business. It's other people's money. It's sex, it's death, wills, inheritance, estates, legacies. It's taxes. It's the occult. It's research. It's psychological baggage. It's surgery. It's sun ups and downs and transformation. So, before we get into the houses, where this lord is going, there will be some negative information here. 8th house is a difficult house, and where its lord goes, there will be difficulty. So there's your warning. If you don't want to listen to this, then click off. Okay, so 8th lord in the 1st house. Well, 1st house is your body. It's your health. It's your overall personality. It's also your head. So, with the 8th lord being here, clearly we see you will go through a major transformation in life. You will not remain the same throughout your entire life. You will change. Now, that can take place in many forms. That could be your health suddenly changes for the better or for the worse. That could mean in your youth you were very different from how you were as you got older. There would be a big transformation that takes place. Here we see you will have psychological baggage that you will have to deal with. Now psychological baggage is coming to you. Here you could definitely need a surgery. Now this surgery could even be on the head. Could be brain surgery. Now, the face is the 2nd house, so this wouldn't really be like getting your tonsils removed or something. Now, this also shows you will go through sudden ups and downs in life. There will be sudden, unexpected events that take place in your life They will become almost commonplace. They can happen regularly. But one of the good things about this placement is you are very likely to receive an inheritance with this placement. You will inherit something with this placement. This also shows your in-laws are there for you. Your spouse's family will be there for you. Now, if this is a malefic, or the 8th Lord's under heavy malefic influence, then yeah, this may not be good. In-laws may want to control you. But it really depends. If it's a benefic, or if there's benefic influence counteracting this, then it'll be alright. It'll be a better relationship. But here we see other people's money could be coming to you. This 8th house is other people's money. Here you can get a big tax return because 8th house of taxes is now coming to you. Here you can definitely become an occultist if you have other things supporting. At the very least, you may have an interest in the occult. Or you could be a researcher. Hidden things, secret things come to you with this placement. Because now the 8th house of what is secret and hidden is now being brought to you. This also shows you could be very sexual. 8th Lord of Sex is now in the 1st house. Okay. Now, let's talk about the 8th Lord in the 2nd house. So, 2nd house is family. It's your earnings, your savings. It's what you value. It's your possessions. It's your speech. It's your face. So, with the 8th Lord here, we see there will be sudden ups and downs with your finances. Bank account will drop into the negative. And then the next month, it's positive a few $1,000s or more. But finances are never stable with this. They're always wavering. Now, if it's different in your Navamsa, then later in life it could stabilize. But early in life, no, it'd be ups and downs. But we also see there will be a big transformation of your finances at some point in your life. So, you could go from making next to nothing to being a millionaire. Or the opposite. All depends on the influence here. We also see there are a lot of psychological issues within the family. Here there are a lot of family secrets. There's a lot of things kept hidden. Now, that can be some very dark, traumatic things. Or that could be, something more benign. Also, one thing you'll see with this is secret money. Hidden money. That your family would have. That you may even have. Here, joint finances and relationships is now filling up your bank account. So, this is a placement where, the person could be a gold digger. Now, key phrasing is could be. Now, we also see that there are sudden ups and downs with the family. Family will transform at one point. There will be a big change within your family. Here, you will have a surgery tied to the face. meaning you could have your tonsils removed, have your wisdom teeth removed. You could have laser eye surgery. Now, let's talk about the 8th Lord in the 3rd house. Oh boy. There's a big one with this. So, first off, 3rd house is your younger siblings. It's your cousins. It's your neighbors. It's communications of all kinds, including writing. It's short distance travel, but it can even be foreign travel, because 12th from the 4th house. Furthest place from your homeland. It's your skills. It's effort. It's 8th from the 8th. It's the higher form of sun ups and downs and transformation. Transformation through self-effort is seen through the 3rd house. 3rd house is marketing and sales. It's art. It's sports. It's media, the internet, social media. So, with the 8th Lord being in the 3rd house, you will go through a major change in your life. It will be extreme. Because these are 2 houses of transformation now coming together, being united. So it will be a very big transformation. Not like 8th Lord in the 1st house, where, okay, you deal with the transformation. But this is... things will never be the same in your life after this takes place. Here, you can have skills tied to the occult. You can be very skilled in research. Here, you can even be skilled at sex. Because now, 8th Lord of Sex is in the 3rd house of skills. Here, there are a lot of sun-ups and downs with your younger siblings. But 3rd house in particular is the immediate younger sibling. Younger sibling will go through a big transformation at some point in life. Younger sibling is likely to require a surgery. Younger sibling could be into the occult. Could be involved in research. Younger sibling could have psychological baggage. Or you could have psychological baggage tied to the younger sibling. I don't know. Maybe you bullied your younger sibling when you were younger. So now a younger sibling has those psychological issues tied to that. Those are the kinds of things that can be seen with this. Here we see you can go on lots of sudden trips. Sudden travel can take place. There's a lot of secret communication that goes on here. Because now 8th Lord of Secrecy is in the 3rd house of communication. Now let's talk about 8th Lord in the 4th house. 4th house is your mother figures. It's home, land, real estate. It's your vehicles. It's your comfort and happiness. So, with the 8th Lord going here. Here we see there will be psychological baggage tied to your mother, tied to the home. We see mother could require a surgery at some point. We see if you need a surgery, it would be tied to the chest or upper back. So that could mean heart surgery. With this, we see mother will go through a major transformation at some point in life. Her life will suddenly change. Mother will deal with lots of sun-ups and downs. Mother could be into the occult. Mother can be involved in research. Here, there will be sudden issues that come up with real estate, with property. Same thing with vehicles. Here, you can inherit a home, land, a car. So it's very good for that. But the big thing we see here, fourth house is your peace of mind. Now peace of mind is going through those sudden ups and downs. So you struggle to maintain your peace of mind with 8th Lord here. Okay. Now, let's talk about 8th Lord in the 5th house. So, 5th house is romance, fun and games. It's children, students, subordinates. It's creativity, art, sports. It's education. It's politics. It's speculative gains through stock market, through gambling, through business. So, with the 8th Lord coming here, you can suddenly have children. Unexpectedly. It just suddenly happens. Here, children, especially the first child, will likely require surgery. And here, if you get a surgery, it would likely be tied to 5th house is the upper belly, the middle of your back. So that's where you may require surgery. Now, if you're a woman, this is pretty simple. It could be a C-section. With this, we see children will have psychological issues, especially that first child. Or you will have psychological issues tied to children. Tied to even having children. Could even be tied to education. Here, 5th house is counseling. Now the 8th house of psychology is coming into the 5th house. So here you can get education tied to psychology. You could be a psychiatrist with this. Here you can receive education tied to the occult. Your education will require research. There will also be a sudden transformation of your education. Your educational field will not remain the same. It will change. And here, we see your children will experience sudden changes. Their life will transform at some point. Children could be interested in the occult, in research. Here you can experience sudden romance. But here you'd like to experience romance in secret. Romance for you requires sex with this placement. Because now the 8th Lord of Sex is in the 5th house of romance. Now, here, other people's money is now in the 5th house of speculative gains. So other people can actually help you gain here. Through gambling, through business, through stock market even. So that's one of the very good things with this placement. Here, your children will likely receive an inheritance of some kind. Your in-laws will want to be very involved with your children. Oh, one other thing. If you get involved in politics with this placement, know that there will be a sudden transformation of your political views. And here, you will keep a lot of secrets if you are involved in politics with this placement. You will either have to, or you'll want to. Okay. Now, let's talk about 8th Lord in the 6th house. So 6th house is maternal aunts and uncles. 6th house is your coworkers, your pets. It's your enemies. 6th house is debt. It's your everyday work, everyday routines. It's health issues and accidents. It's conflict. It's competition. So it's even a house of sports. It's legal disputes, obstacles. It's a house of unchangeable karma because you cannot control the health issues you're going to have in this life for the most part. So, knowing this, with the 8th Lord being here, first off, this is not a bad placement. Because now we see the 8th Lord, a negative Dhisthana house, is now in another negative Dhisthana house. So here, death is coming to the enemy. This creates something called Harsha Yoga. There's your confirmation. If you heard that car honking. But yeah, here the enemy is no more. And you will have to deal with enemies. Make no mistake. But that enemy will be defeated. Same thing with health issues. Health issues will be defeated. Same thing with debt. But we do see there will be psychological baggage tied to your maternal aunts and uncles, tied to enemies, tied to your work. Here, there will be a big transformation of your maternal aunts and uncles' lives, of your work, of your health. Now, remember what I said, you overcome health issues here, so this could be a transformation of your health for the better. Here, your maternal aunts and uncles will likely need a surgery. If you need a surgery, it would be tied to your lower belly, the small of your back. Also, your pets will likely require surgery. At least, one or two of them. Now, with this, we see your enemies will be fairly hidden, though. So, you will overcome them, but there will be enemies you don't see coming. Because now, 8th house of what's hidden is in the 6th house. 8th house of secrets. Now, another thing this can show is that it may be difficult to diagnose your health issues. Doctors may struggle with that. But like I said, health issues are overcome with this placement. You will take on sudden debt with this placement. Debt will suddenly go up and then suddenly be taken care of. There is a fairly negative thing with this, and that is 8th house is sex. Now it's in the 6th house of health issues. So there can be sexual health issues like STDs. Okay. Now, let's talk about the 8th Lord in the 7th house. So, 7th house is relationships. It's marriage. It's business partner. Seventh house is the masses, all the people you meet out in the world. It's 10th from the 10th, so it's a higher form of your status and your fame. So, with the 8th Lord being here, One, we see you can suddenly get married. Marriage can happen very fast. Meaning, this could be like a shotgun wedding. You could get married in secret with this placement. Here, there is psychological baggage tied to relationships, or your spouse would have psychological baggage. Here, your spouse could be interested in the occult, in research. Spouse could be very sexual. Here, if you do business, business could be tied to the occult. Business could be tied to sex. You could be a sex worker with this placement. Here, this is very good though, because now the 8th house of other people's money is coming to the house of business. If you're in business, this is great. Here, if you need a surgery, 7th house is the groin, so surgery would be tied to the groin. So that could be like slipping my mind. A vasectomy, that could be like having your tubes tied. That could be a number of different things. Those are just some examples. Now, with this, we see marriage transforms your life. Your life will not be the same after marriage. But you deal with sudden ups and downs in your relationship. The relationship isn't necessarily steady with this placement. Also, same thing with your business partner. Sudden ups and downs with the business partner. Here there are a lot of secrets within the relationship or in your business. Now, what that could be, I don't know. Maybe you're committing tax fraud. I don't recommend it though. Okay. Now, this also shows your in-laws are heavily involved with your spouse. They want to be a part of your spouse's life, but fairly negative thing with this for most people is in-laws interfere in your relationship, interfere in your marriage. Sorry. Oh, damn. Now, if this is a benefic, it will be better. If it's a malefic, though, it'll be worse. It depends on the malefic versus benefic influence here. Okay. Now, the 8th Lord in the 8th house. Well, 8th house. We've already said what it is. So, with this placement, first off, this creates something called a Vipreet Sarala Yoga. The Vipreet is just, it's the 6th Lord in the 6th house, or the 8th Lord in the 8th house, or the 12th Lord in the 12th house. I just forgot to say the name in the 6th house video. Okay, but Sarala Yoga is when one of those lords is in the 8th house. So, Vipreet Sarala Yoga, what this means is it's a combination where you will deal with difficulty, but you will overcome it. So, what this shows is your life will suddenly change for the better. Life will suddenly change in a big way, but it is a major improvement. But you will go through that sudden change. Here, your ability to deal with your psychological baggage is very good. You overcome that. It doesn't negatively impact you as much as it might someone else. Here, your ability to delve into the occult is very good. You can be very gifted with the occult. Same thing with research. Here, joint finances are protected. Here, your relationship with your in-laws can be very good, as long as there's not a bunch of malefic influence on this 8th house. Even if this is a malefic in the 8th house, it's the 8th lord in the 8th house. It is protecting its own house. So if it's a malefic, there will be some maleficness, but it's still going to protect its house. Okay. But this is also very good for receiving an inheritance, because now the inheritance is protected. Here, you can get good tax returns, because the 8th house of taxes is protected. The government's not able to take it all away from you. They have to give something back, damn it. Okay. Also, with this placement, if you need a surgery, it would be tied to the anus. What that could be, I have no idea. I guess a colonoscopy, I guess. Leave me alone. Alright. Okay. So, overall, this is a decent placement, actually. Now, let's talk about 8th lord in the 9th house. So, 9th house is your father figures. 9th house is your mentors, teachers, gurus. It's religion, philosophy, the law. It's higher education, beyond like a bachelor's degree, beyond typical schooling. It's long distance travel, pilgrimage, it's publishing, it's luck, and it's your fortune. So with the 8th lord here, we see there will be sudden ups and downs with your father. That relationship with your father will not be steady. There will be psychological baggage tied to your father, tied to your education, maybe even tied to religion, tied to the law. Father will go through a major transformation after you were born. Father's likely to require surgery. Now, same thing can be said about the guru. Psychological baggage tied to the guru. Guru could require surgery. Guru will go through sudden ups and downs. Your guru could be tied to the occult. Your father could be skilled in the occult, have knowledge of the occult, could be involved in research. Here, your philosophical views, your religious views, your legal views will go through a transformation. Especially when you travel to far off places. When you travel to far off places, it triggers change in your life. It brings forth that transformation. Now, this transformation can truly improve your life. Now, luck. You experience sudden luck, but you also experience those sudden ups and downs. So suddenly, you're down on your luck, and then you're up. But this is a good placement for the most part, because 8th lord is in the 9th house. It's in a positive house. 9th lord in the 8th house would be worse than this. Also, 8th lord is now 2 houses away. So, is the gain of the 8th house. 9th house is ancestry. Now the 8th lord of inheritance is in the 9th house of ancestry. Here you have luck with inheritance. Here inheritance can grow. Here your education will not remain the same. Your educational field will change. Here, once again, a person can be a psychiatrist, psychologist, because ninth house is another house tied to counseling. Okay. Also, ninth house is the thighs. So, if you require a surgery, it would be in the thigh region. Now, let's talk about 8th Lord in the 10th house. So, 10th house is your career, your status, your fame. It's your managers and bosses. It's your workplace. It's your government, especially national government. 10th house is your karmic actions that the world notices. So even if you're retired, 10th house is still important. It's the highest house of karma. So with the 8th Lord being here, here we see there will be a sudden change in your career. Your career will transform. So with this, you could go from being an office worker to running your own business. You could go from being a truck driver to being in politics. There will be sudden changes in your work though. Work won't necessarily be stable with this placement. Also, there will be a lot of secrets that take place at work. There could be psychological baggage tied to your work, tied to your career. But yeah, there will definitely be secrecy in the workplace though. Which makes sense. Governments keep a lot of secrets. But with this position in particular, definitely. Here, 8th Lord is in the 10th house. A person can have a career tied to sex. Once again, being a sex worker. 10th house is, 8th Lord is also the occult. So if you have placements, we can see occult career. Here, your career will require research. Your career could be tied to dealing with other people's taxes, other people's income. Here, your in-laws may even try to influence your career. Here, there will be a sudden change of your status and your fame. Your reputation in the world will change. But this can be a difficult placement. Because now, secrets are coming to light. 10th house is the zenith. It's noon, where the sun is at its peak. So now secrets are being brought to the fore. That's why a lot of these political secrets come out. These government secrets come out eventually. They can't remain hidden. Okay. Now, let's talk about 8th Lord. First. Before I forget. 10th house is also the knees. If you need a surgery, it would be tied to the knees. Okay. Now, 8th Lord in the 11th house. So, 11th house is your elder siblings. It's your paternal aunts and uncles. It's your friends, your network circle. It's large organizations, large gatherings, parties. It's gains. It's stock market. It's your hopes, wishes, and desires. So, with the 8th Lord being here, we see there will be psychological baggage tied to your elder siblings, tied to your paternal aunts and uncles, possibly even tied to your friendships. Here we see elder siblings, your paternal aunts and uncles, will go through a big transformation in life. There will be sudden changes that take place in their lives. Also, they are likely to require surgery at some point in life. Older siblings, paternal aunts and uncles, friends could be gifted in the occult, in research. But here we see a negative with this placement is there's a sign ups and downs when it comes to friends. Friends come and go with this placement. Suddenly they're there for you, then they're gone. You keep a lot of secrets with your friends. There's a lot of hidden dealings that go on with your network circle. Here, investing in the stock market can be risky because now your stocks are going suddenly down, suddenly up. There's a lot of variation. Here, your hopes, wishes, and desires will not remain the same throughout life. They will change. Here, you can be a part of large occult organizations, large research organizations, large secret organizations. Here, you can gain a lot through your in-laws. Because now in-laws are in the house of gains. You can gain a lot through joint finances, through taxes, through inheritance. Sudden unexpected gains can take place here. Also, 11th house is the region of the leg below the knee to the ankle, so the calf. So you can need a surgery there at some point in life. Now, let's talk about 8th Lord in the 12th house. So, this creates something called Vimala Yoga. First off, 12th house. 12th house is bed pleasure, sex and sleep. 12th house is isolation. Anywhere you feel isolated. Jails, hospitals, asylums, monasteries. It's addictions. It's spirituality. It's fantasy. It's foreign people, foreign places, foreign travel. It's multinational companies. It's losses of all kinds, including financial. It's investing, because when you invest money, you're temporarily losing money. Okay. So, with the 8th Lord coming here. First off, there's a lot of psychological baggage tied to isolation, tied to being alone, feeling alone. There can be a lot of hidden fear here. Here, you have the 8th Lord of Sex, now in the 12th house of sex. So, this can be good for a person's sex life. Here, a person can be gifted with spiritual occult abilities. Because now the 8th house of the occult is in the 12th house of spirituality. This person can do research into other worlds, into outer space. 12th house is outer space. Person could be an astronomer with this placement. Person could be an astronaut with this placement. Here, a person isn't likely to get an inheritance though, because now inheritance is in the 12th house of loss. Now, the exception of this is if what they're inheriting is some kind of investment. In that case, you can inherit an investment. But if that investment, was already cashed out beforehand, then you're not as likely to inherit it. Yeah, inherit it. There we go. There's a sudden change of your spiritual beliefs here. Sudden transformation of that. if you're not careful with this placement, you can find yourself suddenly isolated, suddenly alone. You could have to suddenly go to a hospital, have to suddenly go to prison. Yeah, that'd be transformative. Here, a person can deal with sudden addictions. Addictions can transform your life for the worse. But Vimala Yoga is mostly a very good placement when it comes to spirituality. That big spiritual transformation can take place with this. That spiritual awakening so many people want. But here a person can deal with sudden losses, financial or otherwise. Here, joint finances can become lost. I may have already mentioned that. But, yeah. Here you're not likely to get a tax return, because now tax returns being lost. Government found a way, damn it. Okay. Here, you can suddenly go to a foreign country. Also, foreign travel transforms your life. It brings transformation for you. Here, when you invest, keep it secret. It will do better for you. Now, 12th house is also the feet. So, if you require surgery, it would likely to be for the feet. Alright. But yeah, this has been the 8th Lord through houses. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Really helps out me in the channel. To be notified whenever I release a new video, be sure to hit the bell icon and select all. And if you'd like a Vedic Sidereal birth chart, a personal tarot reading, or an astrology consultation, the links to those will be in the description box and the comments below. And if you'd like to donate to help support the channel, the links to those will be in the description box as well. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.